Peace, power, and presence, family. Welcome to Manifest Nation. This is the sanctuary where visionaries, divine builders, and bloodline breakers gather to rise. Yeah, this is where you get your soul food on a daily basis. This is where you connect with other individuals and form divinity bonds instead of trauma bonds. This is a place where we not only better ourselves, but we help others get better in the process, just as a byproduct. Yeah, welcome to Manifest Nation. I'm Brian Hyppolite. I'm assuming that you know that, but just in case you don't, I don't know what you know about me or how you found me, but listen, I'm glad that you're here. I'm a 10-time author, recording artist, homeschool father, known as the Manifest Mentor. And I've been traveling around the world, teaching people how to get out of their mind and get into their soul. And what I mean by that is helping you connect with the divine being within you. We were taught to look for God in so many places. We were taught to identify God in so many ways. No one ever told you to look within you and identify with the God within you. So that's my message. It's simple. What's not simple, or what does not come across as simple often, is the ability to unlearn the destructive patterns and the habits, mindsets, and belief systems that we have been taught, that we have been given, that we have been framed and formed within. So today I'd like to talk to you about self-doubt, about the fear of your own power, because it is definitely something that has been holding you back, slowing you down, weighing you down. But before we get to that, I would definitely like to give you these words of empowerment. And I think I'm going to start each and every episode off with just a short clip, maybe 10 to 15 minutes of something that was adding value to me as I was listening to it. So I believe it's going to add value to you. I want to expand your faith. I want to change the way that you're speaking to yourself and the things that you believe about yourself and even about your own ability. Because what I do know is that you were told to put more faith in your humanity than your divinity. And those are two very different paths, two very different frequencies. So let's get you on a frequency that's going to take you higher. So I'm going to play this for you. Let's get to it.
You will be a millionaire in 1 month, not because of effort, not because of hustle, not because of anything the world teaches, but because you will awaken to the truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this as a fact, not as a theory, your life begins to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The riches you desire, the lifestyle you long for, the security you dream of, they are not out there. They are within you, awaiting your command. And in exactly 1 month, if you dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will watch the outer world bend to your inner world. Do not ask how. That is the fatal error. To ask how is to admit that you do not yet believe. The how belongs to God, to the deeper dimension of yourself. Your task is not to figure out the bridge of incidents that will lead to your millions. Your task is to accept the end, live in the end. Feel the reality of already having what you want. For that which you accept as true of yourself, though denied by the senses, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So do not look to the newspapers, the bank account, or the outer circumstances. These are the shadows of previous assumptions. They are echoes of the old man, not the new you. The new you is a millionaire now. You must walk as though you already possess what the world says is still to come. You must dine with the wealthy in your imagination. Walk through your mansion in consciousness. See the figures in your bank account as done. Final, unquestioned. I am not speaking poetically. I am speaking literally. Everything in this world is a manifestation of imagination. The house you live in, the clothes you wear, the voice you hear, all came forth from an inner act. Someone imagined it, dared to believe in the invisible, and the visible world conformed. So if you say, I want to be a millionaire, that is not enough. Wanting is the confession of lack. You must say instead, I am a millionaire, not tomorrow, not later, now. Even if the senses say no, even if the bills pile high, even if logic and friends call you mad, you must persist. For God in you is your own wonderful human imagination. It is He who speaks when you dare to believe something grand about yourself. It is He who fulfills when you dare to persist, despite appearances. And in exactly 1 month, if you persist, you will see the fruits of your assumption. Consider the story of a man who was down to his last dollar. He had no hope, no job, no prospects. But he heard these truths and began to live as though he were already wealthy. He imagined himself writing checks freely, gifting his family generously, waking up in abundance. He did it so often, and with such faith that he could feel the weight of money in his hands. And then one morning, he received a phone call. A forgotten investment had matured, and he was now worth millions. He did nothing in the outer world to make it happen. He simply accepted it as real in his imagination. You see, the law does not care whether the assumption is true or false. It simply reflects what is impressed upon it. You are the operant power. You choose what to believe. And if you will believe that you are already wealthy, that the money is already yours, that every need is met, then you will watch reality reorganize itself to reflect that inner conviction. It must, for the world is a mirror, and it reflects what you are, not what you want. So be the thing you seek, and the thing will come running to you. This is not positive thinking. This is not about making yourself feel good. This is about entering a state of consciousness that matches the result you desire. If you can enter and remain in that state, you will manifest the conditions, people, opportunities, and events that match it. So let us now enter the state of the millionaire. How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you think? You would no longer worry about bills. You would no longer shrink from generosity. You would feel a quiet confidence, a divine satisfaction, a steady knowing. That feeling is the secret. All transformation begins with assumption. The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the creative act. It is done in silence,
Of the
in
feeling
stillness
of wish
within. You
fulfilled.
may do it while lying on your bed, while
The assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is what is necessary to manifest that thing that you want. The assumption of the feel, whatever you assume that feeling to be, you having it. Like this is such a powerful thing. That's why I mean, there were so many things that were said that I wanted to stop it for, to interject. But I also want you to get it. So, but man, the assumption of the feeling. What would it feel like for you to have that thing that you're desiring? What would it feel like? It's something that I'm desiring right now, and I am assuming the feeling of what it's going to be like to be able to bless one of my family members in a major way. Like I am assuming the feeling of what that feels like to be able to do that. It's not something I've ever done before. But I'm really excited to be able to bless this family member. And I've been thinking about the way it's going to feel to be able to do that. And that's what's been connecting me with the vibration that's bringing to me what I want so that I can bless them with it. You hear what I'm saying? It's that vibration that I'm holding on to, that I'm being intentional to have. The vibration of being the biggest blessing that I've ever got a chance to be, because I have more than I've ever have. So I'm not focusing on not having it. I'm not focusing on wishing for it or saying it's coming. I'm focusing on what I'm doing with it as it's here, as it arrives. And that's the vibration. That's the assumption of the ending. That's what it means when he says live in the end. Live as if it's already happened. Hold the vibration as if it's already taken place. Does that make sense? Drop a one in the chat for me if that makes sense. If that's giving you something that you can use. I'm trying to tell you, this is all of the difference between holding on to the vibration of lack and holding on to the vibration of the abundance that you are wanting to come your way and come into your life. Get back to it.
Riding the bus, while waiting in line, and if you do it with sincerity, with intensity, with repetition, the world will conform. You do not need to advertise it. You do not need to convince anyone. You need only convince yourself. For the only God who matters in this equation is the one inside you. He is not far off. He is not in some sky. He is in your imagination, waiting to be awakened. To be a millionaire in 1 month, you must think from the end. Do not think of money. Think from money. Do not imagine getting rich. Imagine already being rich. Hear the conversations people would have with you. See the letters you would write. Feel the joy of having more than enough. Use all your senses. Let your imagination be vivid, detailed, alive. For imagination, when felt as real, is the path to manifestation. You do not imagine to escape reality. You imagine to shape it. Each morning when you rise, close your eyes and feel that it is already done. Each night, before you sleep, review the day as though you lived it as a millionaire. Did you act as one? Did you feel as one? Did you walk as one? If not, revise it. In imagination, rewrite the day. Make it match your desire. And in doing this, you plant the seed. And just as surely as spring follows winter, harvest follows planting. The money must come. It must. You will notice subtle changes at first. People will treat you differently. Ideas will flash. Opportunities will knock. You will feel an inner certainty that cannot be shaken. And even if you do not yet see the dollars, you will know they are near. You will feel them forming, like clouds gathering before the rain. Do not dismiss these signs. They are not coincidences. They are evidence that your assumption is taking root. Water it with faith. Do not dig it up with doubt. Trust the process. If you should falter, if fear arises, return at once to the state. Close your eyes and enter again. See the money. Feel the joy. Hear the thank yous. And do this as often as needed. For repetition impresses the subconscious. And once the subconscious accepts it, the outer world must follow. You are not trying to force reality. You are allowing it to become what you have already accepted within. A woman once told me she followed this process and was led to buy a lottery ticket. She would have never.
If you're a man who makes at least $150K a year and you feel self-conscious about your gut sticking out, I'll get you
considered. She did not pick the numbers logically. She simply felt inspired. And when she scratched the ticket, she found herself suddenly in possession of 6 figures. She was not surprised. She had already received it within. The ticket was merely the bridge. And she knew that if she could do it once, she could do it again. The key is feeling. Without feeling, imagination is sterile. But with feeling it is divine. So do not imagine mechanically. Do not repeat empty affirmations. Feel your way into the scene. Dwell in it. Savor it. Let it saturate your being. Let it be more real than what your eyes see. For what your eyes see is temporary. But what you imagine with feeling is eternal and creative. In 1 month, if you will live in the end, Assume the reality of wealth and remain faithful. The millions will come, whether through a sudden opportunity, a gift, a forgotten investment, a new business, or a miracle beyond reason. It does not matter. The method is not your concern. The assumption is your power. Hold to it. Refuse to waver. No matter what the world says, you know the truth. Imagination creates reality. So I ask you now, will you dare to believe? Will you cast off the old man, the man of doubt, fear, lack, and put on the new man, the man of riches, peace, and power? Will you persist even when the world laughs, even when the senses say no? If so, then in 1 month's time, your outer life will mirror your inner conviction. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you. It is waiting on your consciousness to match its frequency. It is waiting on your self-concept to rise. It is waiting on your assumption to be stable. So become now the person who has it. Think as they think. Feel as they feel. Live as they live. Do it boldly. Do it faithfully. Do it joyfully. The law is no respecter of persons. It responds not to virtue, but to vision. Not to effort, but to assumption. So let the world toil and strive, while you enter your inner chamber and commune with the infinite. Imagine boldly, assume lavishly, and persist until the unseen becomes seen. For it must. You are already that which you seek. You simply have not accepted it yet. Accept it now. Accept that you are rich. Accept that you are powerful. Accept that you are the operant power. And then walk in that assumption. For to him who has, more shall be given. And to him who dares, the world bows low. Let this month be your demonstration. Let this month be your proof. Every morning, every night, return to the state. Live in the end. Revise the day. Saturate your mind with images of wealth, sounds of joy, feelings of luxury, and then release it. Walk in peace. Act as though it were already so. And soon it will be. You will be a millionaire in 1 month. Not because of luck, not because of hard work, but because you dared to believe. You dared to imagine and persist. You dared to live in the end. And because of that, the world, this seemingly solid world, will melt and reshape itself to match your inner world. It always does. It always has. Now it's your turn to see it. You must not stop now. The inner work is the true work. And every moment you spend dwelling in the assumption of wealth is a moment charged with creative power. As you repeat this state throughout the day, you will feel a transformation happening within. What once felt like fantasy will begin to feel natural. And when it feels natural, it is done. For nothing comes into your life until it becomes a part of your inner structure. You cannot receive what you do not first accept. So you must begin to see yourself differently. Speak of yourself as already possessing abundance. Do not say, I will have it. Say, I have it now. Do not think of it as coming. Think of it as arrived. This inner shift is not imaginary, in the sense that the world uses the word. It is the only real act. The outer world, though it seems so solid, is nothing more than the condensation of your inner speech and feeling. Watch what you say to yourself. Watch what you accept without questioning. If you tell yourself that becoming a millionaire in 1 month is impossible, then it is for you. But if you begin to say, this is easy, this is natural, it is already done, then the universe will echo that belief. There are no accidents in this world. There is only the outpicturing of states. Your present reality, whether rich or poor, is nothing but the shadow cast by your past assumptions. But the moment you change your assumption, the shadow must change. It cannot resist. It has no power of its own. It only reflects. So if you are not yet seeing evidence of your wealth, do not panic. Do not revert to the old man. Instead, smile and say, it is on its way. It is already mine. The shadow is still catching up. Your job is not to worry about timing, mechanics, or details. Your job is to dwell in the state of already having. And this must be done with feeling. You may not know exactly how it feels to be a millionaire right now, but you can begin. Use your imagination to construct the scenes, the conversations, the small details. How would it feel to pay every bill without a second thought? How would it feel to treat your loved ones to something extravagant? How would it feel to wake up with the knowing that you never again have to worry about money? Let these scenes play in your mind like a sacred movie. Watch them again and again, and do not just watch. Feel them. Let them stir you. Let them impress you. Let them become more real to you than your current bank balance. For the truth is, your current balance is only real because you have continued to give it your attention. Shift your attention, and you shift your world. When you begin to live from the end, the outer world becomes irrelevant. You will no longer look to circumstances to tell you who you are. You will look within. And what
I'm a pause it right there. I'm a pause it right there. What's up? What's up? Who in here? Who in here? I see Jersey in the building. Where y'all from? Who in here? Welcome. Welcome to the vibe. Welcome to Manifest Nation. Man, shout out to Jersey. Shout out to New York. And of course, Tampa, Florida, all of Florida. Atlanta, Georgia, Phoenix, Arizona. Saturday. Welcome to another episode of Manifest Nation. So listen, if you're watching this from anywhere outside of Twitch, meaning you're on TikTok or you're on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, I want you to know you are not going to get this full broadcast. And you've already missed out on a bunch of things. And in order for you to get the full broadcast, get the alerts when these things are taking place, and even get access to the Discord that I have that I'm building with this community, gotta come over to Twitch. Subscribe to the channel on Twitch, to my channel, Brian Hyppolite, Manifest Nation. It's gonna be a good time. You'll also be able to get the replays. But yeah, peace, power, and presence to the family. This is a sanctuary for divine builders, bloodline breakers. This is where we gather to rise, to build, and to get soul food. So today we're going to talk about the enemy within. Self-doubt, fear of our own power. Because here's the truth. The world isn't held back because of systems alone or haters or lack of opportunity. The biggest enemy most people will ever face is themselves. It's you versus you. Tonight, I'm definitely going to go much more in depth. But we should go to war with the most silent and most dangerous enemy that we have. And from all the work I've been doing as a mentor, one of the most consistent things that I see is self-doubt and the fear of one's own success. Also, let me remind you before I forget, there are 2 days left until the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp begins. And if you've been hearing me, and if you've been nodding along, and if you've been saying, yeah, that makes sense, you definitely want to be into this 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. And yeah, that starts September the 1st. So, matter of fact, during this broadcast, during this live, you can use discount code GREATER to save $50 on your access. You know, there's 3 levels of access. There's the community access. that's getting the 30 days of instruction and reflection and things that you do. You're going to get a video from me each day that is giving you something to do, that's helping you unlearn the lies and relearn your light, and move and walk in your power and retrain yourself to be more effective and more in alignment with the greatest version of you. And so, small alignments lead to big adjustments. It's going to be an amazing time, a time of intention, and a high level of intention creates a high level of existence. So that's really what it's offering you. So you're going to either get that as a community, or you're going to get it in a small group where you're, in addition to the community, you also get a weekly class with me. So 4 classes throughout that. With a few other bonuses and perks. And of course, all these get access to the Manifest University Discord and everything that's going along in there. But then there's also the top tier, the VIP, which is the one-on-one experience. So in addition to the community experience, the small group coaching, you also get a one-on-one coaching call with me at the beginning and at the end of the boot camp, as well as access to me for the entire 30 days of the boot camp. And of course, so many other cool things, signed autograph books and affirmations, guided meditations, a bunch of cool stuff. So it's available at brianhyppolite.com. 2 days left to get in, because once September starts, it's going to be locked. Yeah. I know there's only a couple of VIP slots left. So discount code GREATER is going to save you $50 during this broadcast. There we go. If you're watching this on IG or TikTok, you're probably seeing a great opportunity to be a part of the founding family of the Manifest Nation channel. So what I'm looking for is the first 111 people, the first 111 subscribers that I get to, connect with. I know I won't always be able to do this in this form or in this fashion, because it's a grow into, something way bigger than what I as one person can, just do. But I want to enjoy the moments that I can interact with as many people as possible. So in addition to, pretty much when you subscribe, you get access to my Manifest University community. And that's the community of people that really do have the most access to me. The community of people that I've been teaching. Manifest University is 5 years old now. It's crazy. So the first 111 subscribers on the Twitch channel, not only do you get lifetime founder status and recognition, access to the Manifest University Discord, but you're also going to get 8 of my eBooks, 1 of my workbooks, affirmations, guided meditations, and monthly founding family only events. Discounts at brianhyppolite.com, all types of cool stuff. And I appreciate y'all supporting, subscribing to the Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. Let's get to it though. Let's talk about this doubt, this self-doubt, because it's really the assassination of destiny. It's really something that pushes people beyond the space of moving with the power that they're meant to have. Some of you didn't fail because you weren't capable. You failed because you hesitated, because you questioned yourself until the opportunity passed you by. Self-doubt is just faith aimed in the wrong direction. Fear and faith are literally the same chemical reaction in your body. And it's only your imagination and your memory that determine whether this chemical that is released in your body is going to be used towards a negative belief in something that has not happened, or positive belief in something that has not happened. Fear and faith are the negative thing that has not happened, and faith is the positive thing that has not happened. It's that simple, but it's much deeper than that. But it's that simple. And it's much deeper because it's not something that you can just have without showing proof of. Showing proof of it means that even though your reality does not reflect it, you believe it. I see people talk about a faith that they have in whatever they believe in until something crazy is happening in their life. You don't see this. Where was the faith? Everything gonna be all right. Where'd that faith go? You know what I mean? Like, self-doubt is faith aimed in the wrong direction. When you imagine failure, your brain releases the same stress hormone, cortisol and adrenaline. You know what I mean? Your nervous system releases loss. When you engage in self-doubt, your body feels like you actually failed. Your nervous system has lost before you've even tried it. So when the real chance comes for you to do what it is that you're meant to do, you're already paralyzed. This is why people choke during interviews, why they ghost opportunities, why they talk themselves out of love, out of money, out of freedom. Not because they couldn't, but because they rehearsed failure more times than they rehearsed success. You want something in life, I'm always asking, are you rehearsing it? Are you rehearsing it? The same way that an artist wants to see themselves on the stage, it's almost an innate thing to do, to rehearse what you're going to do in that moment, not knowing you manifesting the feeling and bringing that thing to you. Are you rehearsing it? You want a good relationship. You want a healthier relationship. Are you rehearsing it? Are you engaging with yourself? Are you having the conversations with yourself that reflect the life that you want to live. It's time to rehearse success. Let me know. Put it in the chat. What's one thing that doubt has stolen from you? What's one thing doubt has stolen from you? Drop it in the chat. It's not about shame, it's about exposure, because when you bring it to light, it loses its power. The first step to defeating your doubt is about confessing that it's even been controlling you. I want you to know that you are more than enough. I want you to know that your doubts are not your destiny, that you are not your fears, and that you should trust yourself to rise. Trust yourself. Some of you aren't afraid of failure, you're afraid of success. You pray for the blessing, but the truth is you're terrified of what's going to happen if it actually arrives. Because success means responsibility, success means exposure, success means no more hiding and no more excuses. One of my Twitch family members say doubt is taking my confidence, suppressed it for a long time. It's real, that's what it does. And have you living in a shell, not even trying to maximize your potential. Yeah. Yeah, no more for that. Later for that. I see a lot of people they're wanting greater, but nervous about what's going to happen when it comes. And so you pushing it away. You be pushing it away. Avoiding opportunities that actually going to get it done, and like self-sabotaging. You know, psychology calls it imposter syndrome. And studies show like 70% of people have it. No matter who you are or what you do. CEOs, artists, doctors, leaders feel like frauds. Feel like they're have a fear of being found out, have a fear of not being seen as who they say they are. Feeling inside, doubting themselves inside, as if they actually have what it takes. And since they doubt themselves, they feel one day someone's going to realize that they aren't as whatever as they say they are. So self-doubt is something that we have to be intentional to point out when it comes our way, and not just move it out of the way, but uproot it. Uproot it. At some moment in time, you don't have to do this instantly in the moment, but at some point in time, we really do need to sit down and say, well, where does that come from? Where did that come from? And that, so you can change whatever belief was there. Because a belief is nothing more than a thought that you continue to think. There's nothing more than a thought you continue to think. So you can change your thoughts and you can change your beliefs. That makes sense? What's up, Carl? What scares you more? Failing or actually succeeding and being seen? I think there's a fear of success that comes up in a lot of my mentorships from people wanting to have certain careers, do certain things. I think fear of success, it's really fear of becoming a version of you that can no longer hide. Version of you that has to carry the responsibility of keeping the success. So the lie that we tell ourselves is that we're not ready, we're not worthy, we're not capable. When in fact, the truth is that if that's what you desire, that's the proof that it's designed for you. If the vision, if the vision that you have was too big for you, it would have been given to someone else. So don't think that these visions are too big. Doubt is way too expensive to carry. Doubt is way too expensive to be walking around with in your pocket. And many of us grew up in environments of doubt. So it's programmed into you. And I can tell you that because there's certain things about you right now that are a way that you are because of the order you were born in with your siblings. Some of you were the firstborn. So there's certain traits, there's certain things about you, ways that you think that are designed because of you being the firstborn. There are certain ways about you as the second born, as the one, as being the first one to grow up with a bully in your bedroom. There's certain ways about you as the second born. As you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying all this to say how easy it is to understand that we've been programmed from childhood. We've seen things since childhood that has programmed us with self-doubt. And it's in our decision making. It's in the vibrations that we hold. Programmed us with fear. You know, that's it. Again, bloodline breaker. If you don't have this book, it's about time to get it. It's definitely about time to get it. This is a guide to shattering generational curses and rewriting your legacy. It's for all those who said it ends with me. And it speaks on the various ways that we can identify. It helps you identify different habits, different patterns, different behaviors, different mindsets that are tied to lack and limitation that may have been tied to the way that you were raised and in the way that you're moving. You don't even realize that you're moving from a place of lack. Look, I had a business partner one time, and I stopped doing business with him, honestly, because his mindset is tied to lack and limitation. The way he deals with money is tied to is from a place of lack and limitation. And so you can only bring more lack and limitation to you. He's the type of person that makes tons of money, but is still just getting by paycheck to paycheck, gig to gig, contract to contract, you know? There's always lack and there's always limitation. Because he holds this mindset of lack and limitation and deals with people and deals with money from a place of lack and limitation. So no matter how much abundance there was actually in his hand, he can't keep it. He always needs more. So that's not the type of business partner I want. So we don't do business together no more. Because imagine me walking in abundance, doing business with someone who's scaring it away. And I know it. Nah. Nah, I'm gonna go out of my way to keep this safe. So listen, I want to read you a page or two. Give me a number between 3 and 55. And I will read you a piece of the page. I won't even read you the whole page because I'm quite sure, I'm 1,000% sure that even just a piece of the page is going to be something powerful for you. Something that you need to hear. So give me a number. All right, we got 44 on the board. Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. All right, page 44. It says, be the first to pay the invoice so they can be the first to own the land. You have to have the courage to collect yourself. You have to collect the broken parts. You have to confront what numbed you. You have to challenge what raised you. You have to cut off access to the things draining your value. You have to get uncomfortable enough to transform and relentless enough to never go back. You are the first investor in your bloodline's emotional economy. Make it worth the price. Yeah. Yeah. That's just that's a piece of page 44 right there, Carl. Make it worth the price. Yeah, and you know what does that? Intention. Intention. I keep hollering it so that people get it. Man, a higher level of intention creates a higher level of existence. You cannot create anything worth having without intention. It's page 9. One of the Twitch family members said page 9. Okay. That's not wisdom. That's inherited limitation. The people around you might not recognize the cost of staying the same, but you do. Because the more awakened you become, the more unbearable familiar feels. And that's why you were chosen. From comfort to calling. You can't break a curse you're still making excuses for. This is your line in the sand. This is your sacred disruption. This is where comfort dies and conscious creation begins. You're not here to fit in. You're here to end patterns, start legacy, and disrupt the hell out of your family tree. You're not the black sheep. You're the gold one. Remember, you were born looking like your family, but you'll die looking like your decisions. Hey, you gonna die looking like your decisions. What's it gonna be? Hey, speaking of decisions, discount code Greater right now is saving you $50 if you want to get into the 30-day manifest boot camp. We're starting September the 1st, 2 days away. Yeah, get in where you fit in. There's 3 levels of access, 3 levels of depth to this program. So you're gonna have the community access level, followed by a small group coaching access level, small followed by private coaching access level. It's all explained at brianhyppolite.com. They come with a lot of amazing things, downloadable content, digital content, affirmations and guided meditations. But most importantly, we are going to retrain your mind to be in alignment with the life and legacy that you want to create. I'm not telling you that in 30 days, everything's going to look different, but I am saying that in 30 days, you can be different. You can be completely different. You can change habits. You can change mindsets. You've ever heard of the phrase quantum leaping and quantum shifting and jumping timelines? People are referring to what is happening when they get in alignment. Mind, body, soul, energy, all in alignment. The change that happens in your reality, the way you're able to effectively create what you desire, the way that you align with the opportunities, the way that you see things differently as they are in front of you. You got to change what you see. And in order to change what you see, you got to change how you see it. You change how you see, you're going to change what you see. That's just how it goes. Again, if your vision was too big, it wouldn't have been given to you. So what is it that you're supposed to be doing? Too many visions die in silence under the mask of doubt. This book isn't hype, it's a manual to expose the generational cycles of fear and failure and how to cut them off at the root. So grab it not for entertainment, but for freedom. It's at brianhyppolite.com. There's several bundles available. Even a one-on-one bloodline breaker coaching session is available. It's all at brianhyppolite.com. Also, I want to thank everyone that's been coming over to Twitch, following the channel, and subscribing to the channel, joining the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to building with each and every one of you. I look forward to building with each and every one of you. Yeah, that's exactly what you got to do. She said, I'm having a very challenging day at work, but somehow it feels like it's the beginning of a new path, a new chapter for me. I see it as a path to growth. That's exactly how you want to respond and see the opportunity. See the opportunity that's in front of you. See whatever is taking place is there to teach you. And commit yourself to growth. But be aware of and look for the opportunity and align yourself with the great opportunity that's there. You'd be amazed. I see it all the time. People choosing a negative reaction versus those who are choosing a positive response, looking at the opportunity that's in front of them. And full on believing that this moment, although it's not planned, wasn't planned for, is leading me to something greater, closer to what I want for myself, more in alignment with what I want for myself. You have to feel these things within you before you're going to see them in front of you. You have to begin living in the end, like live in the vibration of you having that thing that you want. If you wanted $1 million, we don't want to just say, I want $1 million. You want to focus on what would you be doing with that $1 million? Who would you be blessing? How would you be giving? And picture yourself paying off that family member's house. The feeling of blessing that couple by paying off their wedding, paying for their wedding, giving this person freedom from their college loans, or whatever way that you was going to be a blessing in somebody's life. Buying your mama that house, whatever you're going to do. Think of those things. Think of the things that you would do with the $1 million. That as you're thinking of them, as you're dwelling in that, in that space, a smile comes on your face. When that smile comes on your face, you in there. That means you're feeling it. That means you are in the vibration. You are experiencing, even though it's not here, even though your reality does not see it, you are experiencing that thing at that point in time. You know what I'm talking about? When you think about something and you get a warm, fuzzy feeling, you know what I'm talking about? Drop one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, let's try this. We got the Manifest Nation hotline is now open, ladies and gentlemen. Now listen. I got a question. I got a question for you. My question is, what generational curse, generational pattern are you committed to breaking? What's the thing that ends with you? If you want to call me up and talk about it, call me now. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. 813-686-0963. You call me up. You call the Manifest Nation hotline. Let's talk about it. What is the thing that stops with you? Generational curse, a generational pattern, the generational hang up, that generational issue that stops with you. Let's talk about it. 813 686-0963. Great day. Great day. Great day. What have you said to yourself today to empower your thoughts? To empower your belief? What have you done today to stay committed and loyal to that? Hey, shout out to South Africa. She said a generational curse that ends with me is the pattern of not healing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Peace and power to you. South Africa. Repeat after me if you can. I embody success. I welcome abundance. I am safe to rise. Ooh, someone calling the hotline. Somebody calling the hotline. See what they talking about, y'all. Get it on speakerphone. Yo, what's going on? It's the Bloodline Breaker Hotline. It's the Manifest Nation Hotline. What's going on? Who I'm talking to? Yo, what's going on, Jimmy? Jimmy, my brother from New York City. Yeah, Manifest Nation in the building. What's going on, Jimmy? Talk to me. Jimmy, you there? Jimmy gonna call back. You know, good. Jimmy gonna call back, man. That's a brother that's been supporting Manifest University. Every time I drop something, every time it go on pre-sale, Jimmy, I see Jimmy's name on in the manifest sheet at brianhyppolite.com. Jimmy been showing up for these Manifest University sessions for years. Every time I got a show in New York, Jimmy be there. Big shout out to Jimmy from MU. We was on these affirmations though. So if you can't repeat after me, then allow me to speak them over you. I embody success. I welcome abundance. I am safe to rise. I manifest boldly without apology. Say that again. I manifest boldly without apology. Let today be a day where you go boldly in the direction of your dreams. Let today be a day that reflects the greatness that's within you. Not the things that you've encountered, not the things that you've been through. Not you in survival mode, not you as the survivor. That's not who we are. We're past that. We're in manifest season. We are in closer alignment with the God in us, the divine in us, who has no need to tell the survival's tale. Nothing is missing, nothing is broken. And we're speaking from a place of divine knowing, divine faith, and divine alignment. That's the power that you walk in today. And that's the power that you stay committed to. The wonderful thing about commitment is that this is something that you're going to do even if the day doesn't offer you this, even if your environment doesn't give this to you. You know, there's because some of y'all need the day to give you a good day in order for you to have a good day. You won't just be committed to having a good day. And I'm calling you to a higher level of existence, a higher level of intention, which will give you a higher level of existence so you can live at a higher level. We're not just having great days because they were given to us and because they were allowed to happen. We're having them because that's what we decided was going to happen. And it didn't matter what was happening in the world around us. It didn't matter if the people cut us off in traffic. It didn't matter if something happened within our business that we didn't plan on, or something that happened at our job that displeased us. It didn't matter if our family member did or said something that we didn't like, or that our child, all of that is what it is. But it's not going to change my vibration. It's not going to change the way that I'm feeling, the way that I am responding to life. I'm not reacting to that. I'm responding to my intention. And that's commitment. Some of y'all suck at commitment. No wonder you can't be committed to others. You struggle with being committed to yourself. And that may not be for everybody. some people, they're perfectly, it's the opposite. They're great at committing to others. They're great at committing to everything but themselves. This is no shame. This is no judgment. We're identifying and exposing so we can be greater, right? Please don't ever think that this is never coming from some other place. And if you ever feel that way, that's your ego feeling like that, because the vibration that it was given to you in was not that. So, family, you don't beat up your doubts. I asked one of my mentees. Shout out to everyone in Manifest Mentorship and everyone in Manifest Mastery. I asked how they were dealing with the doubts that they were having, and many said that they would change their thoughts. And I think that's a common thing that we do. Our first reaction is going to be to change our thoughts. But then what happens after that is there's this you're fighting thought with a thought. And now these thoughts, you woke up. Because all night your mind was going back and forth with itself. Thought for thought. Because you can't fight a thought with a thought. You fight a thought with your words and your actions. Yeah, you don't fight a thought with a thought, family. You defeat it with your words and your actions. If you're having a thought, the way that you cancel out that thought is you audibly speak what would cancel out that thought. You don't just do it one time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You might need to do it 5 to 10 times. But speak that thing until you feel the vibration of that you are speaking, until you take on that vibrational existence. Your words are powerful, so speak that, but then follow your words with an action that supports them. That's how you fight a thought. Again, don't fight a thought with a thought. That only takes up space in your mind, have you feeling clouded, have you moving slower, have you feeling heavier, because you got so many mental battles going on and it's stressing you out. You ever woke up and you just already stressed out, like you've been thinking, or like you just already been in stuff and you like, I just woke up. How do I feel? Like I'm already yeah, your mind was going all night. So you got to rewire your thoughts. You got to rewire the way that you're thinking, the things that you're thinking. And that's exactly why I created the 30-day manifest bootcamp, y'all. Because left alone, you'll keep replaying the same patterns. But inside the boot camp, you got 30 days of action, 30 days of accountability, 30 days of rewiring your identity. You know what I mean? There's 3 tiers. There's the full community curriculum. There's the there's that plus a small group with classes each week, a class each week, and a few other things. And then there's the mentorship level access for the people who want direct guidance and the hands-on blueprint. I'm gonna help you design a blueprint to your success and your freedom. Listen carefully now. We down to 2 days, not weeks, not some days, 2 days. So use discount code GREATER right now during this broadcast. Discount code GREATER only works during the broadcast. It's not going to work for you later. If you want to make a decision to get into the 30-day manifest boot camp, greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, and greatest shall you have, use discount code GREATER at brianhyppolite.com, and you can click the link in my bio. If you're watching on Twitch, the link is on my page. Discount code GREATER during the broadcast. Make sure you take advantage of that. 3 different tiers. Get in where you fit in the access level that you're ready for and that aligns with you. We taking off in 2 days. You know what I mean? Who else in here is tired of self-doubt stealing from them? Drop a 1 in the chat. Is there anyone in here who's ready to move? Anybody ready to make a move away from the self-doubt that's been stealing from them, that's been stealing from their bloodline? Let me know. One last time. Let me know. If you're done letting doubt and fear run your life, have you made a decision? Have you decided that something is going to stop with and end with you? What are you no longer going to allow to run in your family? That's the question I'm asking. Someone's saying it's too early in the morning for that. Okay. I don't know, man. I woke up thinking about legacy. I woke up thinking about legacy. Listen, that's what we've been on. We've been on all the things that align us with the legacy that we want to have. But I be watching y'all living for this weekend. Yeah, you know, to each their own. Teach to each his own. But nah, I'll be out here living for the legacy. And so we move different. We make different decisions. What I'm doing right now is in alignment with what I want to see in existence in 20 years, which keeps me on which will keep me on path where in 10 years I know where I should be to be in alignment with where I want to be in 20 years. And also, this is just my plan. God's plan is always shown up and been greater, you know. But to identify a goal and break it down into the pieces of accomplishing it and setting it up and then aligning yourself with it, it makes it so easy to cut all these other things out and just be moving and doing the things that's in alignment. If you're done letting doubt and fear run your life, I want to know what breakthrough you are declaring for you and for your family. What generational curse, what generational pattern are you ends with you and because of you? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let me know. I want to stand in agreement with you. And then for many of us, it starts with bringing light to it. You know, because the enemy within is self-doubt. And I think there's a lot of people who even doubt that they have the ability to break a generational curse, when all they see is people participating in it. It's hard to imagine being something that you've never seen. And maybe that's why why I seem to be gifted in this area, because that's all I've ever had to, that's what I've always had to do. Just be something that I had never seen, but that I just knew I needed to be, needed to exist. And I would ask for a mentor. I would look at the sky and be like, so can I have I don't know, mentor, like someone who look like me, who see me, who appreciate me, who understand where I'm trying to go and want to give me some guidance. And it would seem like God would always look back, the sky would always look back down and say, that which you seek, you must become. Again, same thing I told you last time. You're going to keep asking the same question. I'm going to give you the same answers. That which you seek, you must become. And so I think that's why, so that's why I seem to be talented when it comes to this thing that we call manifesting. Because that's all I've been able to do and been able to rely on. And is this belief in something that you have not seen. I would imagine what a greater version of me looked like, how he would handle a situation, dealing with a situation I don't want to deal with. How would he handle this situation? How would this greater version of you handle this situation? Imitate it. I would, in real life, I would imitate what I believed a greater, stronger, mentally healed version of me, how he would move. I would impersonate him. It's a crazy, ingenious concept all at once when I say it out loud, but that's what I was doing. But now we look at it, and I didn't have the words that we have now to say that I was living in the end, to say that I was holding on to the vibration of that which I wanted to become. I didn't have the words then to say that I was willing the things that I desired into my reality. I couldn't understand why. Every time I wanted something, not a physical thing, but like wanted to achieve something or wanted to be exposed to something, all of a sudden the opportunities for it would just come my way. And not on some low level, on some like, high access VIP level by association with somebody somehow. Like just like it was just great things will always come with these great opportunities for me to be exposed to whatever. I'm just thinking like I want to see that and I want to see what that's like. All of a sudden I'm backstage watching it happen. I understand now. I understand energetically I would always go to a place where I was holding the vibration of that thing happening. The Bible calls it childlike faith. We hear we call it a lot of things. But do you have it? Do you use it? Can you not only see it but feel it for your senses? That's what it's about. That is what it is about. Success isn't waiting on you to be fearless. It's waiting on you to move in spite of fear. That's what the move is. That's what you got to do. My daughter said, Daddy's not scared of anything. I said, who told you that? He said, well, you've done this and you've done that. And she started naming things that, you know, the average person would be probably too scared to do, more than likely. Fair enough. But that doesn't, I was scared in those moments. It just didn't matter. You know, and that's another thing that the environment that it came from gave me. Is it didn't matter whether we were scared or not. You wanted to make it home, you better move a certain way so that you got there. You know, whether it's because we in the jungle and the survival of the fittest, and it's a savage world out here. So whether through outfoxing or in violence, it didn't matter what you felt on the inside, how you felt on the inside. What matters is how you responded to the environment if you was trying to make it home that day. And so it's a principle embedded in me. Fear can be there internally. That ain't got nothing to do with what is about to go down or what I'm even about to feel through. I'm not feeling through that. I got to move in spite of the fear. My second born, I'll tell you a story of my second born when I knew, oh, this one, she got it. She might have been, I don't know, she couldn't walk yet. She couldn't walk yet, so 10 months, 11 months maybe. And we go into my homie's house. And he had a really big dog. And when we knocked on his door and the dog barked, I felt her. She's in my arms, by the way. I'm holding her in my arms, obviously. I felt her body shake, like the shiver of fear, but her face didn't move. You see what I'm saying? Like she had to go. Fear went through her body, but her face didn't move. Whereas my first child, you would have seen it all in her face. And I was like, oh yeah, this is my mini me right here. Um, but that's what it takes, man. Like just because you experience it doesn't mean that it has to dominate you. It doesn't mean that you have to react to it. You're actually meant to respond with faith. If you feel fear, you're meant to respond with faith. And you again don't do that by um you don't do that by fighting a thought with a thought. You do it by changing that thought by speaking audibly, whatever cancels it out, whatever makes it obsolete. Yeah. So listen, greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, and greatest shall you have. Make this a phenomenal day. Make sure you go to brianhyppolite.com and grab your copy of Bloodline Breaker. Okay. And there's 2 days left to get into the 30-day manifest boot camp. Will start in September 1st. My question to you is, who will you be when October rolls around? Are you going to be the same person that you were in August? Having the same struggles, dealing with the same things, the same limiting mindsets, the same lack beliefs, the same existence? Or will you be in alignment with the life and legacy that you want for yourself, that you desire for yourself? Will you be moving with the momentum, using the right formula towards accomplishing your goals and manifesting the success? The choice is yours. The option is yours. There's many ways to go. And what I'm offering you is a 30-day plan that is going to help you retrain and reframe. 30 days of action, 30 days of accountability, 30 days of rewiring your identity and your habits to align with that you want to see in your life. So again, there's 3 different levels of the access. You can use discount code GREATER for the next 5 minutes at brianhyppolite.com if you want to get in. So there's 3 different levels of the access. There's the community version of it. There's the class version of it, which is a small group scenario. In addition to everything that the community gets, you also get these classes, and then you also get the one-on-one for tier 3. So if you want that, so you get access to me all 30 days, as well as a one-on-one at the beginning and a one-on-one session at the end with a roadmap towards your goal execution, that's the way to go. So 3 levels of access. Get in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Use discount code GREATER at brianhyppolite.com. We got 2 days to go, ladies and gentlemen, and it's on and popping. Listen, this is what we came to do, to be greater than we've ever been. This is Manifest Nation. This is the sanctuary where excuses die, truths live, and destinies are reborn. This morning, we've talked about self-doubt. We've agreed that it's no longer going to rob us of the life we are meant to live, the vibration that we're meant to hold, the things that we are meant to create. And I believe today is going to be a day that you go through your day reflecting and projecting your greatness, your glory, your power. Today is going to be a day that shows that you are not those things that you went through. You are not your trauma. You are not the addictions, the vices, the slip-ups, the mistakes. No, your greatness. And there's so much greatness that is meant to come from you. So let it out. Let it out. Let today be the day where you let it out and go boldly in the direction of your dreams. There's way too many of us that's been hiding, smiling while suffering. staying busy and performing, but perishing inside. There's way too many of us that have sunken into our titles and our roles and the expectations that are put on us, have disconnected from the truth of who we are. You hear me talking to you? I know you can hear me. You know who you are. Identify with your greatness instead of your scars. You did. Look, thank you to everyone that's been streaming my music. Yeah. Yeah, a round of applause for y'all. Let's get y'all. Because one of them streaming checks came in yesterday, and I was very grateful. I was very grateful. And them folks don't even pay the way that they supposed to at all. At all. But y'all be streaming and y'all be streaming. So thank you. But for those who love me at a whole nother level, that go to brianhyppolite.com and respect my art and my music that much that you'll pick your own price to pay it what it's worth or what you feel it's worth, man. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much. It's so empowering. And I encourage every artist to do this. Every artist, man, and stop allowing these platforms to determine how much you could get compensated for your art and tell you that your song is only worth 99 cents. If you got a good song, that or if you got a good anything, you whatever it is, allow your fan base the opportunity to pay you what they feel is worth. Allow them to donate for your product. Allow them to pick their price for your product, or find a way, even if it's a service, find a way that you can still offer this service on a pick your price or donation level, even if it's just something that you do on a flash sale basis, or just something that you however you do it, however you make it shake. There is so much value in allowing people to offer you value that they see based off of the value that they experience from what you offer. If you offer value, allow people to offer to compensate you based off of that value that they receive in some way, shape, or form. I'm telling you. And then you know what else I'm going to tell you on some entrepreneur stuff? Everyone, I did get a bunch of DMs of people asking to share something that I learned at InvestFest, or an awareness of something that I got at InvestFest. So I'm gonna give you this. Start getting compensated in crypto. Whether you pick a particular product, a particular service, and you only accept crypto for it, or you offer a fiat discount for those who or you offer a discount for those who pay in crypto. There's a few ways to go about it, a few different platforms, payment platforms that you can use to do it. But we're definitely in a space where if you're not purchasing this asset, you need to be acquiring it. And if you're doing business, you need to have that built into your business, where you are generating cryptocurrency through your business, even if it's just a percentage of the business. I'm not saying to go completely crypto, but like I said, pick a product, pick a service, pick a payment option that is incentivized for them to use. Because I mean, I don't know what you know about what's happening globally, but the U.S. dollar. I mean, we've all been hearing for 2 decades how the U.S. dollar, is falling and failing. But we're not more than that. There's just so much happening with the global economy where a cryptocurrency is already beginning to be used more than a US dollar, already more valuable because that currency can be traded for so many other currencies. And yeah, it makes more sense. It makes much more sense as an asset to have your money in a space that's growing. Every day that your money is standing still, it's falling behind. So to have it in a space that's growing is much better economically. Now, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. I'm just speaking to you, entrepreneur to entrepreneur. For those who ask me what was something powerful that's someone who you would have loved to be in the same room with was talking about. And yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? That's the way to go. I would, if you want to know what I'm holding and what I'm always buying more of, Ripple, XRP. Listen, XRP was the reason I was able to leave corporate America. I left corporate America by way of cryptocurrency investing and Forex trading, learning how to use money to make money. And I was buying Ripple. Once I started studying cryptocurrencies, Ripple XRP was the first one that I understood and was like, these currencies have utilities attached to them. They represent something. Some of them represent businesses. Some of them represent systems. Some of them, they represent different things. But many of them have a utility and have a function. And Ripple was the first one that I seen, and I understood, oh, well, that's valuable. This currency represents this thing over here that does that. Oh, that's valuable. Yeah, I can see how when people find out about that, or when this is utilized on a larger scale, that's going to be globally adopted. Yeah, I'm going to invest in that. And what it is a financial system that's already working on the other side of the globe and in many Asian countries, and already saving them like millions of dollars a day. So it represents a financial system. And when I found out about it, it was, I don't know, somewhere between like 7 cents, 14 cents. And I was spending whole paychecks on Ripple. I was going to work. I was at work. I had stopped being the funny guy in the office, funny guy in the row. And in between calls in this call center, I'm studying cryptocurrencies. I'm aligning with where I wanted to be. I didn't want to be in this place no more. And I changed my behavior. I changed what I was focusing on, and that took me to a much different place ultimately. And long story short, I'm investing heavily in this currency, and then one day it skyrockets, and I wake up and it's at an all-time high at the time of like, I think $3.20 or $2.30, something in the $2 to $3 range. And I had more money in my account than what that job was going to pay me in a year, making the $18 an hour it might have been, or whatever that was. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is what they talking about. This is what they talking about when man, switched up the game. But simultaneously, I'm learning how to Forex trade. So it was like I was able to make money and leave corporate America knowing that I'm going to figure this out. I got a nice nest egg, and I'm investing in this skill set to learn how to do even better. Yeah. Exit strategy executed. So I'm still buying Ripple, and I'm still telling everyone else to do as well. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not my advice to you. I'm just telling you what I've done that has worked for me in that space. Yeah. So listen, greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, greatest shall you have. Discount code greater saves you $50 for the next few minutes at BrianHyppolite.com. So let's get to it. Have a great day. Have a powerful day. You want to join the boot camp? 30 days. Manifest boot camp starts in 2 days. Get you your access. Be powerful. I look forward to connecting with y'all tonight. But till then, y'all know what time it is. Pull up to Twitch. Subscribe to the channel. This is where the replay is going to be. And when you subscribe to the channel, the first 111 people are getting all types of access. This is the only thing that I've ever done that gives this type of access. 8 eBooks, a digital workbook, a private channel in the Discord, in the Manifest University Discord. Big shout out to Manifest University. Y'all know I love y'all. You're going to get my affirmations, my guided meditations, 8 of my ebooks. Did I say that? Anybody interested in writing a book? I know somebody need to write a book. Someone been hearing, man, when are you going to write that book? They've been hearing it within their mind. They've been hearing it. People around you been telling you, you need to write a book. It's a season to get into it. It's a season of making it happen. It's a season of stop making excuses. Send me a message. Send me a message on IG or whatever platform you're watching me on. Send me a message, because I've helped 28 people. Now, this brother right here, if you're watching on Instagram, there's a brother in the comments right now, Mark J247. He is the 28th person that I have walked through the process of becoming a self-published first-time author. Shout out to this brother in this powerful book that he just wrote and released called The Difficulties of Love. I'm going to have to find some time in his busy schedule and my busy schedule for us to get together on a live together so he can talk about his wonderful book that he got, that I know is about to help so many people understand different things that we experience in our relationships so they could be better for themselves and better for their partners. You know, because that goes to this life and legacy thing that we talking about and breaking generational curses. You know what I mean? Like I said, I asked my daughter, what's the generational curse that she wants to end, that she feels responsible for ending? Baby girl said, I want my children to grow up in the house with their mother and their father. I don't want them to have to go between 2 houses. Humbling. Real and humbling. And yeah, I want that for you. And I want that for my grandchildren. I want you to break that. You know what I mean? She's 8. Have you identified the thing that you are going to change? The thing that's going to be different, because you're going to say it ends with me, it starts with me. You know? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So tap in, man. If that's the type of time I got my 8-year-old on, just imagine Imagine where you're going to be in 30 days of this guidance, of this leadership, of this action, of this mindset reset. You know, anyone that's been in my mentorship programs, had 6 months with me, man, it's transformational. And if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you send me a message on whatever platform you're watching me on, so I can get you more information on that process, so we can, you know, see about getting you into the mentorship program. It's a selection process, and we'll get you the information, you know, so you can get an application in and do a interview. You do an interview, so we get a little bit more acquainted. You know, I respect my energy too much to just give it to anybody. Quite frankly, even whether you can afford it or not. You know, my Manifest Mastery program, it's $10,000 program. You still have to be accepted into that program. You could go to brianhyppolite.com. Because listen, I seen your money back. You could go to brianhyppolite.com and join that program and get in that program. Absolutely. But we still gonna have the intake interview. We still gonna go through the process, and I'm still gonna see if I want to work with you for the next 6 months. And if I don't, I'm gonna send you your money back. That's real talk. You cannot prostitute your energy. And I think more people come my way, the more I respect my energy. Not I think, I know more divine, more people who respect my energy come my way, the more I respect my energy. The more I acknowledge my worth, the more the world responds to my worth. Like I was just saying, for all the creators, you know, having a pick your price option available for your audience or for your fan base, because I knew what I was offering was worth more than what the streaming services are going to pay me. And I know it wasn't never up to these streaming services to take care of me. God sent me for God's people. I know God's people going to take care of me. I know God going to take care of me. And that's exactly how it's been happening. I will say that streaming check came in yesterday, and I was grateful. I was extremely grateful, but I'm always grateful when y'all go to brianhyppolite.com, pick your price, and download my music, download my affirmations. Like, but it's me. It started with me recognizing my value. I remember when I was doing one-on-one mentorships. Check this out. Now, we're gonna start where we're at right now, where my mentorship program, my 6-month my mentorship mastery program, my top tier program, is a $10,000 program. Payment plans available, by the way. It's a $10,000 program, but then there's also the Manifest Mentorship program, which is a $2,000 program. But let's go back to 4 years ago, where I was charging $75 an hour for a one-on-one session. And somebody challenged me to increase my price. It's like, you offer so much value in what you do. There's no reason for you to just be charging $75 an hour for this. It's not even comparable to people in this, you know, in your field that are doing what you're doing. Like, you're really lowballing yourself. Whenever you're ready, I suggest you change your price to about $200 an hour. And I was like, I'll do it right now. I ain't scared. I'll do it right now. I'll listen. I'll redesign the flyer right now. What you talking about? Let me open up Shopify. And It seemed almost instantaneously the moment that I agreed with the fact that I was worth $200 an hour. The universe did too. It was like almost as soon as I changed the price, the cash register started ringing with people who were signing up for these one-on-one coaching calls. Like, I was blown away. I was blessed and blown away. You hear what I'm saying? So that's what it's about, is aligning with your purpose. Know your worth. Add tax plus interest. You hear what I'm saying? Know your worth. Add tax plus interest. Say it with me. Know your worth. Add tax plus interest. Get everything that you came for. All right. Yeah. So thank you to everyone that's been rocking with me, everyone that's been streaming with me. I love you to life. I wouldn't water you if I ain't want you to grow. I'm about to get my kids up and go do some homeschooling. We about to go do some homeschooling. Yeah. And then we're going to hit the library, play a little chess, create some content. My daughter's got a channel that's coming, a YouTube channel. They've been building for it. Yeah. That's what time it is, man. I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I ain't want you to grow. A rising tide raises all boats. So if this podcast, if this episode blessed you, make sure that you take something that you learned and you share it with people. Share them the link to Twitch, twitch.com/Brian Hyppolite. Or go to brianhyppolite.com and click the link to go to Twitch, or go to the link in my bio and click the link to come to Twitch to join the Manifest Nation channel, be a part of this movement. I'm really being intentional to pour into the first 111 people to subscribe to this channel, because you will be supporting a cause and a mission that I have to take this message all around the world. It's happening. So yeah, I'm pouring into you. I'm giving you my eBooks. I'm giving you all type of downloadable content, all type of virtual learning material. I'm giving you access to my private community, my private online community, where I'm talking every day for those who watching me through social media networks. So listen, if you like what the pieces of content that you see from me on social network, those reels, those carousels of different words and different sentences and different phrases that you've been feasting on, that's like one or two sentences out of several paragraphs that the community is getting every day. You know, there's open engagement and conversation among those who are showing up just to be greater versions of themselves. That's really what this place is. That's what Manifest University is. That's what the Manifest Nation channel is all about. This is where the visionaries come together. This is where those who are focused on self-healing and rewriting their story come to get realignment. This is where soul food is fed on a daily basis. So thank you for pulling up. Thank you for aligning with me. Greatest shall you be, greatest shall you do, and greatest shall you have. It's been an honor spending this time with you. Again, if you're watching this on anything else other than Twitch, you did not see this whole broadcast, and the replay is only going to be available on Twitch, and only for a limited time if you do not subscribe to the channel. So don't miss a thing. Let's keep building. Let's keep taking it to the next level. Yeah. Come through, get your breakthrough. Manifest Nation. I love y'all to life. Take care. Be blessed. And I look forward to seeing you at brianhyppolite.com. Don't forget, you got 2 days left to lock in. If you want to be in the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp, and you got 5 minutes left if you want to use discount code GREATER to save yourself $50 on that access. 3 tiers of access, 3 levels to get to it. Get in where you fit in. Let's make it happen. And I'm going to see you inside Manifest University. Yeah. Be great. Be powerful. Be God's. I'm going to talk to y'all soon.